Welcome to the cast. We are here tonight, gathered together with new guests. My name is Emily Porter, Gary West, co-host. I have my peanut gallery over here, Shannon, Tia, and Tim. I almost said Tim Hiles. That's not right.
I got adopted.
Wow.
It's about time.
Yay.
Somebody wants him.
Yes. Wow. Tonight we have new guests, and one of them I can't deny because I look just like her. But Gregg and Aleta Taylor are our guests for this evening. So as you can tell, it is not you that I look like, for sure.
Lucky for you.
Yes.
I mean, now that you have a name change, you have to specify they are your parents.
They are my parents. Yes. It was weird saying Porter, and you guys are sitting here.
Yeah.
Saying
It feels-
Taylor.
It
does
is hard
hurt.
for me to come to the realization that you are a Porter, not a Taylor now.
Yeah.
Not that it's a bad thing. It's a great thing you got married, but it's just hard for me
No,
to
I know
say
what you
Emily
mean.
Porter.
I was I'm the last Taylor. Really?
Yeah.
You were, yeah.
The very
So now
the very
Emily
last one.
V. Porter.
Yeah, not anymore.
It's Emily T.
I changed it. I kept my last name, and I
Hey,
moved it to
it's
my middle
early.
name.
It's still early.
It's still early. It's not been a year.
On a spot for a reason.
Did you not know that?
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yes, I knew that.
I'm confused. What happened with your
I
name?
am too. And I'm
you
your
don't
dad.
have to. You can drop your middle name now.
You can drop your middle name?
Yes.
And take
mean-
your
you
last.
mean
You can make whatever. It's 2026. You can.
You're not Emily Victoria no more?
No, you can't call me that anymore.
Why didn't you not tell me this?
I didn't know I had to.
We're going to
You're
have to cut.
responsible.
Cut.
Oh man.
Wow.
So your name is Emily Taylor Porter?
Yes.
But
Yeah.
not hyphenated.
Not
Right.
hyphenated. No,
But
Taylor is my middle name now.
But the Victoria was named after your great grandmother.
I wasn't told that.
Because we didn't have one.
Exactly. Have we ever told you when he lies, there's a bump on the back of his head that starts moving? So maybe you should take your hat off.
It's like Pinocchio.
You know how I can tell that he's lying? His mouth's moving.
Oh. Yeah, but
Wow. I feel like trivia is going to be hot tonight.
I thought we were fairly cordial with each other, but obviously that's
Shots
one out the
fired
window.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
So who are we doing trivia with tonight? Are you doing this? Are the peanut gallery folks doing this?
If they got trivia, they can go ahead.
What's-
I got one I can throw in after a while.
What's the
maybe.
game plan?
I don't care. Whatever you want to do.
I mean, I have a game. It's not trivia.
Whatever works for you. We're ready.
Okay. So, Gregg,
Yes, ma'am.
you hunt, right?
I attempt to, yes.
Okay. So I have some animals here, and you guys, we're gonna ask y'all. You're gonna listen, and you're gonna tell me. Do we need the whiteboards?
No.
Okay. Just don't cheat, Gary. Don't cheat.
I'm-
I'm gonna play the sound, and you have to tell me what this is.
Okay.
Okay.
Win it that way.
What do you think? That's what I'm doing.
Well, they need to be able to hear it too.
Okay. Thanks.
that's just one animal.
Yes.
Now, I have to ask the question.
Shannon
I have to ask a question. Is this a domestic animal, or is this something that Gary and I would pursue in the wilds of Indiana, or what?
This is in the wild, and I'm not smart enough to know if this is in Indiana. I don't
doubt it.
I don't think it is.
Okay.
I think we're looking more west.
Play it again, would you please?
Yes.
Sounds like an adult animal.
Okay, I know.
You know what it is,
Yeah.
Aleta? You've hunted this animal before.
The
I've played See and Say long enough.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Hey, farmer, what are you gonna say?
It's an antelope.
Oh, my word, she is right.
Wow.
Good job.
Gary, did you know that?
No.
See and so.
Okay, here we go. Here's another one. Once again, not in Indiana.
Okay.
Would Pastor Chris know what that is?
No.
Okay, so it's not from Africa.
One more time. Bull moose.
It's bull. No, it's not.
Kind of bull.
Wait, it is, but no, it's not.
These are in Indiana.
These are?
We had them. Our neighbors had them.
Babe.
It's a buffalo.
Don't cheat. It's a buffalo.
Bison.
It is a buffalo.
What's the
It is a
diff?
buffalo.
What's the dip? I don't know.
Bison, buffalo.
What is that different?
Or if
I
you
got
want,
this
if, or
too.
if you
Tatonka.
Okay.
Tatonka.
Die on a buffalo.
Tatonka.
Here we go. Now I know that somebody hunts these in here. Well, where'd he go?
They killed it.
Why is he not?
He's
Oh,
gone.
buddy.
You're up.
No, I will let the Taylor
you.
take.
Huh?
That's a hen mallard.
It's a what?
Hen mallard.
It is a it's
Drake
a duck.
mallard?
We're gonna say duck.
What is
It is a
It's a
but
mallard
it's a
picture.
mallard.
Just says.
I knew that's what you hunt.
This is like a CNC literally. has
Oh,
pictures.
and I think these are hunted too.
Aw.
I think.
Yeah.
Crickets. Bullfrogs.
Yes.
Gig 'em.
Bullfrog. Are you the one that eats the legs?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're delicacy.
Oh yeah.
They're great.
Delicacies.
Oh.
I never had them.
Oh, they're wonderful.
Do you? I mean, how do you hunt a frog?
Spotlight at night.
That kills them?
No, the light. They'll freeze.
Yeah, the light blinds them out.
Burn a hole in them with a magnifying glass and a light.
I mean, how do you?
The light they'll freeze with the light, and then you either grab them or use a gig, which looks like the devil's pitchfork. And you stab them.
Oh.
Interesting.
Then you take their pants off, and you've got the legs.
I have to take Tia Frog gigging.
Have you
No,
never
I'll
watched
cry
Duck
because
Commander?
I can't even kill spiders. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Take the pants off.
You got to take the
Okay.
skin off.
Never
one?
heard that terminology before.
That's funny.
On the way home?
Interesting.
Well, I don't know. Oh, here, Shannon has one for you.
Sounds like a lion.
If I heard that in the woods, I'd be a little bit
Now,
nervous.
I guarantee you,
Yeah.
you guys have never hunted this one.
Sasquatch.
Is that an African animal?
It was probably in Africa.
It was probably.
The liger?
Sounds like it's a
Liger.
It's not a mountain lion.
Actually, we don't know what it sounded like. That's a dinosaur.
A dinosaur.
Oh,
Okay.
So
That's
totally
Shannon's
made it.
contribution to this game.
That was on his
Okay.
CNC.
Yeah,
Yes.
Wow.
I
Yes.
remember that.
Okay, let's see. Let's do this one here. Can you hunt that?
Yeah.
you can hunt anything.
Well, that's true. Why is it not playing? All these sounds.
They do sound similar.
That sounds like a bear.
See, that's what I said.
It sounds like a what?
That's wrong.
First, I thought it sounded like a bear.
Sounds like me after I run about 100 yards.
I don't know what that is.
What you got,
Nope,
Tia?
I'm out.
Moose.
Moose?
That's a moose.
It's a really
Yeah.
angry moose. I
And then
imagine.
here's a. You don't hunt these, but they're so cute. Okay.
Okay.
There you go. We're done. Oh wait, no, one more. Because I think you all have hunted
to that?
this.
That was a hog
I think
of some sort.
I think y'all have hunted. I have even hunted this.
Did you cry?
That has to be a barnyard turkey. Way that's gobbling.
Yeah, at best. A
But
barnyard
I will tip my hat to the American Eastern Wild Turkey. I love it. Though.
That is a turkey.
The
Yes.
turkey says.
Yeah, the turkey.
That was even
what it
worse
sound
than
like.
Merriam's gobble.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
The end. Greg, did you
Thank
have
you.
some trivia for us?
I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I got a couple maybe. I don't know if
Okay.
you guys would be up to speed on. I mean, I don't know. You know, if you're into or watch it or anything.
Let's find out.
Okay, let's find out.
Yeah.
Okay, this comes from one of my all-time favorite, greatest Americana shows.
And what
Dukes
would
of
that be?
Wait, go ahead.
Why
Dukes
would-
of Hazzard?
That's a great show.
Call
That
Yeah.
was a great show. When I was a kid, and I remember sitting on the couch the first night that come on, and I was a big Waylon Jennings fan. And when he started singing, I thought heaven had come down. I thought this is
Hazard
this
County.
is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Hazard County.
great show.
1978, somewhere around there. Anyway, okay.
I was 9.
This TV show has had a car in it for several years. While the models of cars have changed, the license plate has stayed the same. JL-327.
So you want to know the name of the show?
Name of the show or the
JL
dash 327. While the models of cars have changed on the show, this one particular car that the stars use, the license plate has stayed the same.
It's at the Andy Griffith Show.
Bingo!
There you go, Timmy.
Bingo! It's the Andy Griffith Show.
I didn't know the plate. I just know Greg.
Yeah.
That's right. Yes.
So the patrol car changed?
The patrol car, like a 1960 Ford Galaxy that I think went to like a 63 Fairlane. It changed over the years, but the license plate was always JL-327.
Well,
Didn't know that.
Okay.
Cool.
What famous American actor that I dearly love, and I've actually been to his museum and his birthplace, was born with the given name Marion Morrison?
That's easy.
John Wayne.
John Wayne.
Wow.
Mayor, I'm impressed. No wonder you're the mayor.
I'm
of
pretty
Fayetteville.
well-rounded.
No wonder you're the mayor of
Can you
Fayetteville.
put in a noise ordinance then?
I'm impressed.
You're the mayor.
I've tried things like
It's
that.
about time.
A guy named Greg Taylor once told me that if we stopped them all, we'd have to stop like everybody on go-karts and stuff. So about 20 years ago, he told me that. So.
I wonder who that was.
I don't recall.
He was not wrong.
I don't recall. So
He's not wrong.
that's my 2 trivia questions.
Okay. Well, you were great. The next Bob Barker right there.
Come on down.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna get more into the serious stuff now. So, as you guys are very devoted podcast listeners, so you know how we talk about people's stories, maybe how you came to the Lord, or how you serve in the church, or how you serve one another in your marriage, or what you've been through that continues your relationship with the Lord, makes it stronger. And obviously, I know your story very much, 100%. So I told you guys, you can speak about anything that you want. Is there anywhere particular that you would like to start with, what you're thinking of? What's your goal for this podcast tonight? What's your first goal? I know you had threw out some.
Yeah, I think we just want to be an encouragement to the people around us.
Yeah.
To let you know that disappointments in life come, and the Lord never leaves you, and He will be with you through it all.
Yeah.
He is the peace in the chaos.
That's a great way to put that, the peace in the chaos, because I'm sure that, not only all of us in this room have chaos that, has surrounded us at one point in time, but there's so many people in the church right now that are going through something, whether it's big or small, it's big to them. And a lot of people, I'm very much a believer of this, a lot of people need to know that other people are struggling, so they know they're not alone. That they can go to other people, that they can reach out to others, whether they just need to talk or whether they need to know how you got through it. And so I know we have a lot of new people in this church, and it's been a little bit since, our family has gone through some pretty traumatic things, and we have new people listening to this podcast. So I don't know if you want to tell a little bit about, what you have been through in this moment. If you don't want to elaborate, I'd be fine to summarize it up. It's whatever you're comfortable with. And then kind of, we'll go from there to the next step. So whoever wants to speak on that, it doesn't matter. Whoever's comfortable.
Do you want to tell how we met first?
Yeah,
I want to hear what type
That's
of lies
fine.
he told
Yep.
you
Okay. All right.
to get you to marry him.
Well, so
Wait a minute. You got to know how he asked me out, though.
That's
you want
very
to start with that, or
important.
we'll go back and start from the beginning?
That's the beginning.
I don't know. So, long story short, pretty typical middle-aged family. My dad was a professional firefighter. My mom was a part-time stay-home mom. Little league, baseball, grandparents, one set of grandparents lived in town. Their set of grandparents had about 170-acre cattle farm I grew up on, which was fantastic. Ponds to fish, woods to hunt, guns to shoot, hay to put up, the whole bit. So anyway, at some point in time when I was little, I got hooked on the TV show Adam 12, and I wanted to be an officer, wanted to be a policeman so bad. Dad's like, I'm a firefighter and you want to be a policeman. That's cool, whatever. Okay, So anyway, I followed my dream. I went to college. I got out in Vincennes University. applied for a specific department that I really wanted to work for. And anyway, Lord had other plans at the time. At the time, I wasn't quite where I should have been with God, so I really wasn't sure what was going on. But anyway, so I had to pay some bills. So I go to the Bedford Walmart and put in for a job till something opened in law enforcement. Put in for specifically sporting goods, to sell guns, and to sell fishing equipment. That's what I love to do. So I'm standing back one day at the old time clock, punching in after lunch, me and a buddy of mine, and this cute chick walks by with these black and white checkered pants, and being a guy, I give her the once over as she walked by. Told my buddy, I said, man, she's cute. I think I'll just marry her.
And we'd never met.
We'd never met. So,
Checkered pants?
Yeah, black and white checkered pants. That was in thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That sounds like the 80s.
It was.
It was.
All right.
About 1988. So I started pursuing a little bit and found out she was dating somebody. And I asked her out 4 different times, and she said, I am not going out with you. I am dating somebody. And I said, get rid of this louse. And I said, let's move on. And she wouldn't do it. And I remember July 4th, I was checking out, paying for some stuff, and she was in the next lane over, and I seen her going out the door, and I left all my stuff and held the register up and chased her out in the parking lot. They asked her for a date to the fireworks that night, and she goes, I am dating somebody. I cannot go out with you. She goes, I got a friend. Won't you call her? And off she walks.
Wow.
So anyway, one thing led to another, and
He left a note on the jewelry counter.
Yes, don't forget this part.
Because I worked in jewelry. He worked in sporting goods. He left me a note that said, for a good time, call this number.
And that worked?
No, because I had a little bit of integrity there, and so I wrote him a note back and took it to the sporting goods counter, and I said, "Girls don't call guys. Here's my number."
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
it did
called.
work.
He called. Yeah.
And I remember the day, I didn't know she broke up with this guy, and I remember she walked back, and I'm standing in front of the counter, and she looks at me, and she goes, puts both hands up with no rings and this big smile on her face, and I thought, yes.
That's awesome.
And then it was lots of car rides driving around getting Arby's
Well,
sandwiches.
Yeah, because back then, if you worked at Walmart and you dated, they fired you.
Yeah.
And we snuck around for a year. We'd go to Bloomington to the mall. And then we got to playing this game. We'd go to the Bedford Walmart. She'd go in. I'd wait 15 minutes, and I'd go in and do something different. And we'd come out at different times. And we kept them fooled for a year.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't know any of this.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sam didn't put up with that stuff.
Wow.
Yeah. So I finally convinced her he was a louse.
So the day he got another job, then I was able to get my engagement ring, and then I went in and said, "I'm engaged."
Tell
And
him how
they're
you got your engagement ring.
Oh, he was all
Gary will appreciate this.
face painted up. He come to the door and tossed it at me,
I've been bow hunting.
and he said, "I thought you might want that."
Wow.
That was
Classy.
his
That's
romantic. Yeah, Greg.
That's what every girl dreams of, right?
The Hallmark movies are not
No.
what happens.
Not
Those are
reality.
just dreams.
So, yeah.
Anyway,
Were you on the way to the woods, or were you coming out of the woods?
I think I'd just come out of the woods. Yeah, I'd come out of the woods, yeah. And then when gun season rolled around, I remember I killed a buck one morning down in Orange County, and I called her, and I said, hey, I killed a deer. Can I run by your house and show you? And she was so enthused, let me tell you, how enthused she was to come outside and look at that buck in the back of my truck.
yeah, blood and guts don't go very well with me.
And this is how we know God is real.
Yes.
You ended up together.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we got married in '89 and had our first baby in 1993. Had our second child in 1996. That was Casey. And the Lord just blessed us with the best family. We were very thankful.
Absolutely.
Very, very thankful.
Absolutely.
So your anniversary this year, how many years will it be?
Be 37 years.
37, yeah.
37 years. I got this. I know.
I knew you did.
Good job.
37
did.
years.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
37.
That she's put up with me that long, yes, that is impressive.
Yes.
I've only packed my bags a few times.
That's awesome. So now that we kind of have the backstory of how you guys met, and where you are now today, we kind of want to fill in the gaps here. So, do you want to speak upon, how you were raised in church? If you were raised in church, some people that we've had previously, they're Baptist or whatever. How did you, know the Lord, and then how did you end up growing closer to the Lord?
I was raised in a Pentecostal church all my life. Loved that. I had an excellent youth group, lots of good friends all my age. I'm a rule follower. And so for me, you didn't do this, you didn't act like this, you followed the rules. And whenever I told my mom and dad I had a date, my dad said, "Where does he go to church?" And I was like, "Oh, he's Baptist." And Dad's like, "What?" And I'm like, "But he doesn't have a ponytail,
Unlike my sister's boyfriend at one time.
Yeah. And so, that I told him I didn't want to go out with him until he came to church with me. And so we didn't really, we'd talked, but he came to church with me, and the first night that he was there, my Lord, they had a Jericho march.
Oh, gosh.
And I thought I was going to die.
That sounds about right.
Oh, I'm like, he'll never come back. Oh, but he did. He came back, and really it never bothered him at all. And the Holy Spirit moved that night, and it never bothered him. He was like, this is good, Mm-hmm. And so, but it was actually not until after you were born and we went to a different church and had a different pastor that preached differently, and I learned about relationship with God. It was not about rule following. I could actually talk to God and have a conversation with him and realize that his word comes alive to me, and that's how he speaks to me. And it wasn't the preacher telling me what to do. It was God's word telling me what to do and how I should live and how I should act. But I'd been in church all my life. I was 23 when you were born. And so sometimes that's in the back of my head, and I know that a lot of people can come from backgrounds like that and they can't get past the rules. But the Lord can open your heart and you can talk to him about those things. And
Right. Sure. Now you consider him your friend.
Yeah, it makes me cry now, that the Lord is so good to me. He's so good to me. My favorite worship song right now, and my favorite worship song changes all the time, but it's that one that says he's so, so good. Because he is so, so good. And I could just sing it over and over. Even though, things get hard, the Lord is still good. Sure. He's still good.
And, you can tell that, like, you have a fire for the Lord, and not necessarily a fire as in, not that this is bad, each person has their own thing, but like not a fire as running down the altar with flags and things like that. It's just a fire for it within a deep relationship with him.
Yeah.
There can be a fire. And and I know you've mentioned to me personally multiple times that you just want that fire for each person in our church.
Yeah.
Because there is so much more.
Yeah. So
much more. And so that's just, I think people think, okay, fire, it's like, out there speaking in tongues, witnessing every 5 seconds, and the flags, all those things. Yes, that can happen. But, for certain people, if that's what they connect to the Lord the most with. But for you, it was, a deep friendship with him.
And that you could be able to be a witness to the people around you, the people you work with.
Right.
So I worked at Walmart for 36 years and made lots of friends. But I think it's the way I live my life in front of them every day. I didn't have to preach to them and, tell them, be judgmental toward them. I just loved them. Mm-hmm. And that's how you show people God's love. And if the Holy Spirit is sitting on you and you're letting him use you, that's the way it will be. It's not, you don't have to stand on the street corner and preach. Not everybody can be a preacher. Not everybody's called to be a preacher.
Right.
We got to have some workers in the pews. We got to have some Indians under the chief.
Yes, absolutely. Good point. So, do you want to continue on with kind of how you were raised and where you're at with the relationship with your Lord?
Absolutely. Now? So, I was raised obviously I had two sets of grandparents. My grandma and grandpa Allen were very devout Methodist, very active in the Grace Methodist Church up next to the post office for many, many years. My grandma and grandpa Taylor, when I was small, I remember they went to a holiness church. In the last several years of their life, they attended a little log church in Springville. It was called Grace Baptist Church. Mm-hmm. And I kind of considered it more maybe Pentecost than Baptist. So I had grandparents praying for me on both sides. Now, Dad didn't go to church at the time. Mom would take us periodically. But when I was 16, some of us had got started down at a church at Williams, Baptist Church. And there was a lot of people, older people, that poured into us kids at that time. I gave my heart to the Lord. I got saved at 16. Actually got baptized in Indian Creek, which I thought was pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. But God didn't go anywhere, but I did. And went to college and kind of just got it. Never got in the party scene or anything, but just got out and everything. And so I got out of college, and I talked a while ago, I was trying to get that one particular job and trying to get on a police department and all that. And I remember one Sunday morning I was driving through Silverville. And if you go down 158, Tim will know where this is. You go through 158 almost to the Crane Gate, that little white church on the right. I drove by on my way to Martin County to go bow hunting that morning, and something just hit me like, you should not be going bow hunting. You should be sitting in a church like that. Well, I went ahead and went down, climbed my tree stand, done all that. Every time I drive by there, that would pop in my head. So finally, I knew a lady that went to church there, and I called her and talked to her, and she said, "Absolutely, you can go with me and our family." And so I started going down there a little bit and everything. Then wound up, at Walmart, got in with Aleta, and started with her church, Pentecost Church. And like I said, that first night, boom, had a Jericho march right off the bat. And her dad had come up to me before church. He goes, "Now it may get loud in here." he goes, "Don't get scared." And the whole time I'm just like, this is cool. I'm fine with it. If that's how you want to worship God, have at it. Mm-hmm. And so I started going to church with her, and a really cool thing happened a few months later. I had to work every weekend, Sundays. The manager who's over my division there at Walmart came up to me one night, and he goes, "Don't ask me why. I have no idea, but I'm giving you weekends off from here on out. Nobody gets weekends off, but you're going to get them, and don't ask why. Just enjoy it."
I didn't even get weekends off.
Yeah. So all of a sudden now, I don't have to worry about trying to get church late on Sunday night. I can be there on Sunday morning. And so October of '88, I rededicated my life to the Lord, and been trying to do my best for Him ever since. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And you guys have served many years in different ways, both of you.
Yeah, for a while, your mom was longer than I was back with the youth side. And then I served 12 years on the board, serving as an elder now. And then one thing I was really proud of was, I don't know, Gary, 10, 11, 12 years open air encounters that was going?
Yeah, probably at least 11.
Yeah, doing open air encounters, the outdoor ministry, and doing the youth day and everything, for the kids. And I really enjoyed that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So.
And you had many avenues of serving besides youth group.
I loved youth.
Yeah.
I loved them. But once our youngest daughter passed away, Casey, she had a baby, Waylon. And so I had weekends and Wednesday were Waylon Wednesdays. It was very hard for me to keep him all day and come to church, and so I had to give up.
Yeah.
That I was on the praise team as well, and I had to give up praise team, and I loved the praise team.
Yeah.
I love to worship the Lord singing. And but for 5 years, we got to pour into Waylon. And
help his dad. She was married when she passed.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And so Waylon and Adam, we did a lot with them, for them, with them. But I got to bring Waylon to Sunday school.
Yes, I do remember
And I got to be involved in the littles. And I got to meet all the littles and all the teachers because I was back there with him every week. So that was so fun. And then I was like, oh, maybe someday I need to do this instead. So now I work with the littles. And you can only do so much with them, you know. But I do love to listen to their prayers because they all want to pray over their food, over the snack.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks ago, one of them, they're so funny, they bowed their head and he goes, God, please help my sister not to call 911 anymore. It's like, oh, I'm going to have to talk to his mom about this. I need to find out the full story. Did this really happen? And so it did. But I also enjoy helping those girls that are getting ready to go into youth. So I also work with the 1st grade through 6th grade girls once a month, and I love that too.
Absolutely.
I have lots of irons in the fire, but I love them all.
Yeah.
I know our audience is going to want to know more about Casey. So Casey was your second daughter.
Yep.
And she had what type of diabetes?
She had type 1 diabetes.
Type 1.
And that she got that when she was 9.
Actually got sick here at church that night.
Yep. We didn't know what was going on. She got sick several times. She had lost a lot of weight, and we didn't know why. And one night we just ended up in the ER. And from that point on, it was Riley and insulin and shots and seizures and watching what everybody ate, chasing her down. She didn't want to get a shot. That was rough.
Yeah,
when she didn't want one, you know. But she did handle it okay through high school. And one of my biggest fears was what is going to happen to her when she goes to college. Because when I had to get up at 2:00 in the morning every night to check her sugar to make sure she didn't go low. And I kept thinking, who's going to do that for her?
Yeah.
And it was one of those things I had to give over to the Lord. And that was really, really hard for me because I worried about her all the time. But I stood on that scripture that says, I know in whom I believe, and I'm convinced that he is able to guard all that I trust to him. And many times I'm like, am I really trusting him? You know, and so college was really rough for her. Roommates were rough, just didn't work out real good for her. She went 2 years, and we finally just went and got her one day. It just was not working out, and we went and got her. She come home, and she was just real sick a lot. Couldn't keep her sugar. Never ever was regulated from the time she was 9. We
tried pumps. We tried everything.
Yeah, we went through 5 insulin pumps. Her body would not regulate to it. But she come home, got a job at Dollar General, and then met the love of her life. And that was Adam, and they got married, and within just a few months, they are going to have a baby, and she ended up having a miscarriage. And that was hard on all of us, and it was hard on her body again. And then we finally got Waylon, and May of 2018.
3 months early.
He was born at 25 weeks, so he was quite a preemie. And we ended up, he got to go in an airplane and a helicopter to Riley, or to St. Vincent. Peyton Manning Hospital, which was great.
I can tell you can make it from Bedford to Paoli, lights and sirens, in about 22 minutes.
Wow.
Emily and I did not have lights and sirens, so we didn't make it in time.
Nope. Just got
Waylon came before we got there, didn't he?
Right.
So we didn't get to
Yeah.
be there for that.
Right.
We got there a little bit after.
There was a funny story to that when I got there.
Yeah.
I got there, I run in, and I said, where's your birthing unit? And she goes, upstairs. So I go upstairs, and I hear this screaming, and I know it's Casey, and my mind's just going to the worst. Nurse goes, calm down. She's fine. He's just coming so quick, we can't give her any pain medication right now. And nurse goes, are you going to be okay? And I said, look, lady, I've been a cop 20-something years. I've seen everything. I'm fine. She goes, no, you're not. You're white as a ghost. You're going to pass out. Get him a chair and sit him down.
Yeah.
And Waylon was the biggest blessing.
He was a big blessing.
The biggest blessing.
He did not sleep good, and so that was hard on her body because she never got rest. When he came home from the NICU, he didn't sleep at night, so she couldn't work. She was tried to work, but never could sleep. So her body really never recovered from all that. So she was in the hospital on and off almost every week for 2 or 3 days, and really didn't get a chance to be his mom because she was so sick. And so lots of people pitched in and helped Adam and Waylon, and we ended up losing Casey in January of 2019. And Waylon was 7 months old, and it just kind of made a loss, a big hole in our heart, and lots of people didn't know what to do. And but we just kind of had to pick up because we had Waylon. Somebody had to help Adam. He was a single dad now, and he could have very well just handed him to us and said, I can't deal with this, and walk away, but he didn't. He loved Waylon so much. And March of that same year, Waylon was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And from that point on, it was in all 4 limbs. He couldn't respond, bend any of his limbs. Changing a diaper was hard on us. He kicked like a mule and thought it was funny. He did respond to us as laughing. He
had a good sense of humor. He did.
And you could ask him questions, yes or no questions, and he would smile if it was a yes. We knew that. But feeding was hard. Bathing was hard. We did baths. Gregg had to put on his swim trunks and get in the tub, and I had to put Waylon in the tub with him.
He loved that, though.
He thought that's the greatest thing ever, you know.
He would get so relaxed. He would get as relaxed as he could ever be, and he'd just lay it back on my chest, and he'd just look at me and grin. It was fun.
So for me, I feel like I didn't really have time to grieve Casey, because I just had more jobs setting up. And I needed to help all these other people. And so we did that. We kept him so that Adam could work. And my mom and dad helped tremendously. But Waylon got physical therapy and speech therapy. And I have a whole new respect for people in that line of work. They are gifted to do those things, to help those kids in the pediatric. You know, they've got to have patience. Waylon, he was not a physical therapy guy. He did not like it, and he didn't want to work.
Like his mom.
He was just like her. She was hypophobic.
Did not want to break a sweat.
She didn't want to sweat. Waylon didn't want to sweat either. And so those days were really, really hard. You know, and he still didn't sleep good at that point. We finally got him sleeping good, and we were so thankful that God allowed him to sleep, because a lot of cerebral palsy kids can't sleep.
Mm-hmm.
They can't shut down.
Mm-hmm.
But Waylon did. He wanted to take naps and sleep with Elmo.
Yeah.
And we were very blessed to have him. And but like we prayed about Adam. We wanted Adam to find somebody that could help him, and he did. But it was not something that worked out in our favor. He married someone that he met online that was also a mom to a special needs daughter, but she lived in Colorado. So Adam and Waylon moved to Colorado, and that was extremely hard. But now I see the Lord's hand in all of that, because that year of 2023, that was January, we were praying as a church, and I felt like the Lord was letting me know that change was coming, and get ready, change is coming. But that's all I knew. So in February, Adam got married, and I thought, oh, how is this going to work? You know, I couldn't figure it out. And then in March, I got a new job. And I was not looking for a job. I had done the same job for 36 years, and change is hard for me. But I was like, okay. I knew the Lord was preparing me for change. So I'm like, okay, is this what you're doing? And so I just submitted a resume, got an interview, and got the job. So I thought, okay, this is great. This is less on my physical body, so I can take care of Waylon better. And but then through the summer, Adam and his wife and Waylon and her daughter, they actually moved to Indiana and moved to Connersville so they could be closer to the hospitals for the kids. And so we only kept Waylon every other week through the summer. And in my head, I kept thinking, now I don't get to see Waylon, but I see that the Lord was causing separation for me. He was doing it for me. I didn't see that, but he was doing that for me. So by August, they had moved, and they weren't there 30 days, and Waylon just kept getting more sick, and he passed away in September of 2023. He was 5, and I just cannot thank the Lord enough for taking him home, because he was hurting. I wouldn't want him to grow up and have to be in a wheelchair all his life and not have quality of life.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I miss his little smile.
Sure. Cool. Sure.
But we had already talked about what is this going to look like as he gets older. We had already talked about building a ramp at our house, and we had remodeled our bathroom so we could help him with tub. But my goodness, if you think about a young person as they grow older and the changes in their body, I can't imagine wanting to shave him. It was hard enough for me to brush his teeth, you know. Right. I didn't want to shave his face. And so I feel like that was the Lord just rescuing him.
Yeah.
He rescued him. And he's healthy and whole. He's healed and whole, just like Casey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of all that, my dad passed away as well from cancer that came on. He only had it for 3 months. And that was terrible, because Waylon and my dad were like best buds.
They were the best of friends, yeah.
Yeah. Waylon would not want to do physical therapy, and he'd be on the bouncy ball bouncing, you know, me or Mom or Beth holding him. But he'd hear my dad coming back from shooting. He'd be coming up the stairs, putting his gun up, and Waylon would turn his head like, there's Papa. he will help me out of this. And my dad would. My dad's like, oh, buddy, do you need some chocolate milk? You know, and they would sit and just have chocolate milk together. And so I'm so thankful for those memories.
Yeah.
But it is a choice that I have to make. Otherwise, I could be angry.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, I remember the morning we had Casey's visitation here. And anyway, it was, over 1,000 people come through. And they actually turned people away and the funeral started. We just couldn't see them all. But I remember this I won't say who it was, but I've known him for years. Him and his wife come down the aisle, and they had lost a child. And he walks up to me, and it was not that I was looking for it, but it wasn't like, hey, how you doing? He points his finger at me. He goes, it'll never get no better. And I purposed in my mind right then. I said, God, it will get better with your help.
Absolutely.
It will get better with your help.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so anyway, the next night we laid Casey away at next morning and put her to rest, and we had a mini blizzard come in that night, nasty, cold, snowing. And I had to go for a walk, and unbeknownst to these two, I snuck out the back door and I was just gone.
Yes, Emily was still living at home at that time, and Gregg took off in the middle of this blizzard.
So I'm walking through the woods and the wind's howling, and I come to this bunch of cedar trees, and I kind of got in there and sit down. Gary kind of knows how they'll kind of block the wind and stuff from you, And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, why is it, just kind of fussing at God. And I will never forget it. The Holy Spirit just kind of come over me, and he just said, I can see around the curve and you can't. Okay, that's all I need to know. That's all I need to know. We've talked about it many times. When COVID come around, you heard all these stories of people with pre-existing conditions who got sick, were on ventilators for weeks at a time. The family couldn't go in.
Right.
We don't know if that would have happened. We don't know. Or could the diabetes have got worse? Could it have induced a stroke? Because she was sick. She was really sick. Would she been laying in a nursing home? We don't know.
No.
But I never forget, the Lord impressed upon me, I can see around the curve and you can't. And to go back to my prior statement before that, with the guy told me it not getting no better, it has got better with the Lord's help.
Yes.
I mean, it has. I mean, obviously there's days that I'll think about something and I'll get a little teary-eyed, but it is, the Lord has helped, because I know Casey and Waylon are both, I know they're both healed and they're both whole and they're both with the Lord, and there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Right.
Right.
And that gives you peace.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Because I remember at the funeral, people would be like, well, I don't understand how you're standing up there and you're greeting all these people. Shouldn't you be sad? Shouldn't you be angry? Why are you not questioning God? Things like that. And I thought, well, the Lord's provided peace.
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
He continues to help us through the things, even when the days are hard.
Peace that passes all understanding.
Absolutely.
For me, the Lord gave me the scripture in Psalm. It's 54:4. It says, surely God is my help. The Lord is the one who sustains me. And I knew that the Lord would sustain me through all of it. And I would write them down on index cards and put them around the mirror so I'd look at them every morning. And after Waylon passed away, I had a dream, and all I seen was a green Post-it note, and it was a Sharpie, and the Sharpie had been written, "Trust me." And so I went and bought green Post-it notes and wrote that, "Trust me," and put them all over in different places that I would be in the house. So every time I began to question, or I began to, my thinking wasn't in line with what the Lord would want for my life, or anything that we were walking through, somewhere in that house there would be that note that says, "Trust me." And I'd have to say, okay, God, I have to surrender all of this to you. It's out of my control anyway. Nothing is in our control, and that still goes to everything we do now,
And that's what you're wanting to relate to people in the church or in our community, that the Lord continues to sustain you even when they don't understand.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You feel
They don't
like you're in
understand.
deep water.
Yeah. And we have had multiple conversations since Casey passed away, that if anybody knows our family, we're all very close, that the enemy will do anything and everything to tear your families apart, especially if they are a Christian foundation. And that is what our family strives for.
Yeah.
That's what our foundation is on, from Mama and Papa and Grandma and Grandpa, everybody. And the enemy just kind of tries to slice off pieces at a time to make our family kind of question, okay, God, what's going on? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? But in the end, he still sustains. And you guys are true testaments of that for whoever may be listening or watching this, or know this story. The
enemy wants us to quit working for the Lord.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you are going through something like that, or you have depression, you tend to isolate yourself away from those people around you. And it is hard to make yourself get out.
Yeah,
I actually
absolutely.
loved COVID because I didn't have to get out and talk to people.
Right.
I went to third shift at work and I didn't have to talk to people. And I didn't have to get out and talk to anybody at church. But at a certain point, I felt like the Lord was rising up and saying, okay, it's time. No pain is wasted. There's a purpose in pain. And I have withheld you. I have lifted you up. I have brought you through deep waters. I've not let you drown. You've walked through the fire and you've not been burned.
Absolutely.
And the Lord is faithful in all. And I just, my journal is not necessarily my thoughts. It's just his word. And when we go back to the truth of his word and the foundation, that's what he wants us to know. And I'm just so thankful for the truth of his word.
After I was off the sheriff's department for 3 weeks when that happened, Casey, I went back to work and I'm standing there doing some stuff, and one of the guys walks up and he goes, "Why are you here?" I said, "Excuse me?" He goes, "Why are you here?" He goes, "Why don't you just retire and go home and just be done with all this stupid stuff?" He goes, "I would think you would do that after your daughter passed." And I'm like, no, life goes on. Right. As hard as it is, life goes on. God will get me through this, and God has got me through this. And I mean, and something else I'll touch on real quick about how good God is. So, when everything has an expiration point, and it comes to an end. So my time in the sheriff's department, almost 27 years, come to an end June 2022, June 30th. I was tired. I was just done. I was tired of it. So great career, but I was ready for a change. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I ain't got a clue yet. I'm thinking about it and all that. So about a month before I retire, Lita runs into this lady, and she makes mention that the criminal justice instructor at the career center is leaving. Might possibly be interested if I was going to retire. She's telling me this, so I made some phone calls and put my application in and went through the interview and all that. And the Lord, it's amazing, because I've heard a lot of officers struggle with the loss of identity when they retire, and I understand that. But the Lord allowed me not to lose. I lost that identity, but he gave me a new identity as a teacher. So he's put me out there at the career center teaching criminal justice, and I can tell you, she knows this. Those kids have filled that void in my heart. Yes. I mean, God has allowed that these kids, and I've told a lot of people, they said, how in the world I wouldn't want to teach, how can you do that, so on and so forth. I said, I love it, and those kids, they fill a void in my heart. And it's just amazing what God has done for a kid like me that didn't like school, didn't like high school. The Lord took me to college and put me at the right department. I mean, when I got hired on the department I retired from, without going into it all, it was not the typical way you get hired, was it?
No.
it was a happen chance meeting with a guy who said, "Hey, would you want to come work for us?" And that's just not how it was back in the day, you know. And so I applied, and anyway, Lord put me in there, and everything just clicked and rolled. And I just can't say, trust God, just trust Him, and He will ordain your steps, as it says. He will lead you. He will give you the best, and He will. You may not think it's right or it's the best at the time, but you look back in retrospect, and you'll realize this is what God wanted me to do. It could not have worked out any better.
Right.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes, in my thoughts, it goes back to something that somebody in our family always says. We go through, well, actually it was Papal before he passed away. They couldn't, understand why things were happening. But he said, we go through it so God may be glorified in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that goes to say, with the job, with loss, good days, bad days, and look how it come out on the outcome that you can pour into all those kids. They see a difference in you. They come to you. They love you. And
they hug on him.
They hug on him. Yeah. And in regards to loss of Casey and Waylon, people see you guys, not necessarily like your words. You're not out there preaching, about it. It's how you live your life the same every single day. It's your actions. They see that there is the Lord in your life, the way that you act and respond in those ways, that it does get better. It does get better. But the Lord's going to do His part, but at the same time, you have to do your part.
Yeah, you have to make the choice every day to say, okay, God, I'm going to depend on you.
Yes.
I don't know how this is going to work out. Because, it's just in everyday life for everybody.
Right.
We all go through things. But you have to get up every day and say, Lord, I am going to trust you that this day belongs to you, and I'm going to walk with you wherever you lead. Absolutely.
I've told Aleta this, and she's heard me say this a lot. I know you've heard me say this too. So if something is maybe not lining up like I particularly think it should or want it to, I'll say, okay, God, I got to trust you with this. The 4 biggest things in my life, you, your sister, and my grandson. 2 of them are gone. And I had to trust that God knew what He was doing when He took them. So I look back on that, whatever the situation is, I'll say, okay, God, I trusted you with Casey. I trusted you with Waylon. I trust you with this. Yeah. And He never lets me down.
Yeah.
That's a great way to wrap up the podcast.
Yes. Yeah.
You trust Him, and He never lets you down. He never fails you. And that's something you want people to recognize, even when it's hard. And it's like, I don't understand why that happened. Like, for somebody to bury their child, their grandchild, that's not fair in life. And there's a lot of people that are going through things that are not fair, but the Lord never fails you. He sees around the corner. He sees around the curve.
Yeah.
And He,
brings peace in the chaos.
Absolutely. So I really appreciate your guys' vulnerability. I know we had many discussions about what were you going to talk about. And, I'm sure it was nerve-wracking a little bit because it is a lot of different stuff that you've packed in the last 7 years just of loss and stuff. But then you've got 37 years of marriage and everything to discuss as well. So I really appreciate that, that you guys were able to tell everybody the things that you've went through and how you deal with them. Gary, do you have anything before we wrap up?
No, just thank you guys for joining us and sharing. And
thanks for having us.
Thanks, appreciate
it.
it.
Will
Thank
help
you.
many people.
Yeah,
I hope
appreciate it. Hope so. Thank you.
And I'm sure you guys will
we
agree.
would be willing to talk to anybody that is walking through something. For me, it gives me a heart to recognize for special needs kids, their parents, and maybe what their parents are going through or their grandparents, because I realize how hard it is, and
yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't even have to be loss or special needs. It can be anything difficult. I'm sure you guys are willing to talk about and pour into. So I really appreciate that. But on that note, we're going to close tonight. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
And I'm kind of biased, but You guys are good parents. I'll say that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love
Well,
you.
you're a good daughter.
Thank you.
You're a good egg.
So, thank you for joining us on the cast this evening. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. It was a really good one. And I ask that if you listen on YouTube, Facebook, make sure you subscribe, like, share with friends and family. That's the only way that we get this to continue growing in this ministry. So we couldn't do it without you. So we will catch you next time on the cast.
This has been The Cast, a podcast of Bedford First Assembly of God in Bedford, Indiana, with Gary West, Emily Porter, Tia Hiles, Shannon Hiles, and Tim Ray. Listen for new episodes of The Cast every Monday.